The Galactic Federation was shocked by reports of humanity upon their joining of the Alliance, not by their technology nor their physiology, but by their home world. The Galactic Federation expected many surprises when humanity finally broadcast its formal request for membership. New species often arrived bearing unfamiliar biological configurations, unconventional technologies, or deeply peculiar cultural traditions. Their analysts prepared accordingly. But it was none of these things that caused the Federation's diplomatic corps to fall into stunned silence. It was Earth. The first survey teams assumed the initial environmental data was erroneous. The planet's atmospheric composition showed alarming fluctuations over short time spans. Storm systems large enough to shred standard shuttle hulls roamed freely across its oceans. The magnetic field spasmed violently, as if constantly wrestling with unseen cosmic forces. Plate tectonics, active plate tectonics, reshaped entire regions with disconcerting frequency. And even the biology engaged in a perpetual arms race, each species developing increasingly aggressive adaptations in response to the others. The Federation had never encountered a world described without exaggeration as trying to kill its inhabitants at every available opportunity. The shock deepened when the ecological reports continued. According to the data, Earth's dominant species, the humans, had arisen not in one of the rare stable refuges, but directly within this shifting chaos. Their ancestors had survived in regions that experienced freezing winters one cycle and blistering summers the next, without any planetary regulation system to moderate the extremes. They had endured predators with teeth like serrated metal and others equipped with biochemical weapons. They had navigated oceans capable of spawning storms that could erase civilizations. And they flourished. Federation diplomats struggled to reconcile the terror of the planet with the demeanor of the applicants. Humans presented themselves in a disarmingly friendly manner, apologizing for the mess that their planet seemed to be in, as if catastrophic environmental volatility were a mild housekeeping issue. They spoke of lightning as a common inconvenience, and wind as a favorite recreational challenge, with volcanic eruptions as picturesque tourist attractions. A briefing circulated amongst the Federation member species. It contained a concise but unsettling summary. Humanity evolved under conditions consistent with severe planetary hostility. Their continued existence suggests extreme adaptability and resilience. Exercise caution. The next shock came from behavioral studies. Rather than being traumatized by their world's hazards, humans seemed energized by them. They sought difficulty. They manufactured challenges where nature failed to provide sufficient ones. They engaged in voluntary exposure to environmental risk, climbing unstable mountains, diving into frigid waters, or running long distances across scorching landscapes, all for recreation. One horrified analyst described Earth as a high-gravity, hazard-rich biosphere weaponized crucible, and humans as enthusiastic participants. Despite all concerns, diplomatic protocol required a final evaluation mission. A small delegation descended to Earth, expecting a war-torn wasteland. Instead, they found cities filled with gardens, music, and open-air markets, tiny pockets of serenity carved out by overwhelming effort, standing firm against the planet's relentless attempts to reclaim them. It was not humanity's chaos that impressed the delegation, but their competence. When the evaluation concluded, the lead ambassador submitted a single-line recommendation to the Council. Any species capable of surviving that planet without annihilating themselves or giving up entirely is an asset that we can no longer afford to ignore.